Every morning, millions of us wake up, grab our phones, and immediately start scrolling through a sea of notifications, messages. It's the first thing we do, almost instinctively, as if our smartphones hold the secret to starting the day right. But here's something startling. A recent study found that this habit, this innocent check-in with the digital world, can skyrocket our anxiety levels by 30% before we even leave our beds. This isn't just a gadget in our hands. It's a gateway to a daily stress test we didn't sign up for. Today, we're diving deep into how modern technology isn't just changing the way we communicate, it's fundamentally altering our mental health and reshaping our well-being. Understanding this impact is crucial to navigating our digital lives better. Stick around as we explore actionable strategies to reclaim our peace of mind and maybe even our sanity. In a world where being constantly connected is often more a curse than a convenience. If you appreciate what we're unpacking here, a simple favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button and share this video with someone who could benefit from this content. Let's go. You don't need wealth to find happiness. This isn't a new idea, but is rooted deeply in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us the art of happiness isn't found in our bank accounts, within ourselves. Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius argued that true happiness comes from self-acceptance, virtue, focusing on what's within our control rather than external possession, status. Think about it. How often have we heard stories of lottery winners or the ultra-rich who end up no happier than the average person? Because happiness derived from wealth is fleeting. Wealth can buy comfort, sure. Comfort isn't the same as happiness. Stoicism teaches us to seek happiness through self-mastery and inner peace, not through accumulating more. It's about appreciating what you have and realizing that desires for more can lead to a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. This is the Stoics' warning against linking wealth directly to our happiness. The Stoic mindset encourages us to reevaluate our priorities. It asks us what truly enriches our lives. Often it's the intangibles, relationships, experiences, personal growth, bring us real joy. These are the aspects of life that withstand the ups and downs of economic fortunes. By decoupling our sense of self-worth from our net worth, we open up the potential to experience contentment with less, find richness in simplicity and authenticity of a life not centered around material gain. So, how can we start to detach our happiness from our financial status? It begins with a shift in perspective. Each day, take moments to reflect on small blessings and cultivate gratitude for what you already have, rather than lamenting what you don't. Practice mindfulness to stay present and not get swept up in the endless pursuit of more. These steps don't just reduce financial stress, they enrich your life with a deeper sense of fulfillment that no amount of money can buy. Embracing this Stoic principle might not change your financial situation overnight, but it will change how you feel about it. And that's a crucial step toward a happier, more contented life. This might be a bit uncomfortable, but it's a critical step if we're to embrace a more Stoic way of life. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and one thing we certainly can control is how we respond to the actions of others and to the circumstances we find ourselves in. Blaming others is an easy out. It allows us to dodge responsibility, and perhaps more importantly, it lets us avoid making difficult changes in ourselves. But here's what the Stoics would say. External events are not within our control, but our reactions to them absolutely are. Marcus Aurelius constantly emphasized the power of our internal responses. He believed that peace comes not from controlling your environment, but from controlling your reactions. When you blame others, you give away your power. You're saying that your happiness and well-being are dependent on the actions of others or on the circumstances of life. This is the opposite of what Stoicism teaches. Stoics strive for self-sufficiency in the realm of emotions. They work to cultivate a state of inner peace that does not rely on external factors, including other people's actions. So what's the practical application here? Start by recognizing moments when you're tempted to blame others. Ask yourself, what part did I play in this situation? How can I handle this better in the future? This isn't about self-blame, but about reclaiming your power by taking responsibility for your own role in your experiences. Shifting from blame to accountability can profoundly impact your personal and professional relationships. It fosters a mindset of looking for solutions rather than pointing fingers, which is far more constructive. Imagine a work environment where, instead of blame, there's a culture of ownership and proactive problem solving. That's the kind of shift that embracing this Stoic habit can lead to. This change won't happen overnight. It requires patience, practice, and persistence. But every step you take towards stopping the blame and taking responsibility is a step towards a more empowered and emotionally resilient life. The Stoics knew this well, and it's just as relevant today in our modern, interconnected lives. We're social creatures, after all. We want to be liked, to fit in, to be part of the community. But here's where Stoicism brings a powerful counterpoint. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius argued that our first duty is to ourselves, to our own reason and judgment. Epictetus, in particular, was very clear about the importance of focusing on our own conduct and judgment, instead of getting entangled in the opinions and approval of others. He believed that true freedom comes from within, not from external validations. When you live to please others, you're essentially placing your happiness in their hands. You adjust your actions, suppress your true thoughts, and sometimes go against your own values to gain approval or avoid disapproval. But according to Stoic wisdom, this is a direct path to dissatisfaction and turmoil. You end up living a life that's not truly yours, one that's dictated by the preferences and expectations of others. So how do we break free from this habit? It starts with a simple but profound shift in perspective. Begin valuing your own approval above anyone else's. This means getting clear on your values, your principles, and your goals. What matters to you the most? What kind of person do you want to be? These are not questions you answer just once. They require continuous reflection and honesty. Another practical step is setting boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to say no when things don't align with our inner values. This isn't about being dismissive, but about respecting yourself enough to prioritize your needs and peace of mind. Remember, it's not selfish to put yourself first. It's necessary for genuine happiness and integrity. Embracing this Stoic habit also means you need to be prepared for some fallout. Not everyone will understand or appreciate your newfound independence, and that's okay. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without conflict. It promises a life where you're at peace with your choices because they truly reflect who you are. Stopping the habit of living to please others isn't about disregarding the feelings or needs of people around you. It's about ensuring that the choices you make are fundamentally yours and that your life's direction is something you choose, not something imposed upon you. Stoicism doesn't mean avoiding danger or change. Instead, it promotes the courage to face them with wisdom and virtue. The Stoics believe that facing challenges head-on is not only a test of character, but a necessary step in the pursuit of personal growth and fulfillment. Life's most rewarding experiences often come with risk, whether it's changing careers, moving to a new city, starting a business, or even entering a new relationship. Each of these steps involves uncertainty and the potential for failure. But what Stoicism teaches us is that the outcome isn't what's most important, it's our reaction to it, and what we learn from the process that counts. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of facing adversity with bravery and clarity. He saw each challenge as an opportunity to practice virtues like courage, resilience, and integrity. This perspective shifts our view of risk from something to be feared to something inherently valuable. It's a chance to demonstrate and deepen our character, to live more fully aligned with our values. Now, embracing risk doesn't mean being reckless. Stoicism isn't about throwing caution to the wind. It's about calculated risks. This involves making well-considered decisions where the potential benefits outweigh the possible setback. It's about asking yourself, what's the best and worst outcome? Am I prepared to handle the worst? How can this move me closer to my goals? Stoics believe in using reason and wisdom to guide these decisions, not impulse or fear. Avoiding risks means you could be missing out on potential opportunities for success, for happiness, and for growth. Each time you step back from a risk, ask yourself if you're doing it out of genuine concern and logical reasoning, or simply because you're afraid of what might happen if you fail. Remember, in Stoicism, the focus is on your internal virtues and staying true to them rather than the external results. So, let's challenge ourselves to step out of our comfort zones and look at risks as necessary steps on the path to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Each risk you take builds a bit more of your resilience and character, shaping you into a stronger, more capable individual. In the end, isn't that what we're all striving for? Moving on to habit 5, stop ignoring your finances. This habit challenges us to turn a stoic eye toward our economic life. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and your finances are a prime example of something within your grasp that, when managed wisely, can lead to greater personal freedom and security. Stoics believe in living a life of virtue in accordance with reason. This includes being rational and disciplined about money. It's not just about making more money, but managing it wisely. Ignoring your financial situation is akin to neglecting a vital part of your life structure. Think about it. Financial stress can undermine your tranquility and distract you from your moral and ethical pursuits. Epictetus, a great Stoic thinker, would suggest that financial prudence is part of living a virtuous life, as it maintains order and harmony in your personal affairs. Taking control of your finances means being proactive. Start by simply reviewing your current financial status, income, debts, expenses, savings. Understanding where you stand is the first step to taking control. From here, set realistic goals. Are you aiming to be debt-free? Do you want to grow your savings? Perhaps investing is your next step. Stoicism isn't about amassing wealth, but about using your resources wisely to support your life's goals and virtues. Also, consider adopting a Stoic mindset towards consumption. Stoics value simplicity and self-sufficiency. Reflect on your spending habit. How much of your spending is necessary? Are your purchases in line with your values? Often, we buy impulsively or to feel good temporarily. Stoicism teaches us to find joy not in material possessions, but in our inner lives and our capacities to reason and connect with others. Moreover, Stoicism can help you handle financial uncertainty. Stoic practice of negative visualization, contemplating the worst-case scenarios, can be useful here. For instance, if you fear job loss, plan how you would handle it financially. What costs would you cut? How could you increase your income? This isn't about dwelling on the negative, but about being prepared, which reduces anxiety and increases your effectiveness in managing whatever comes your way. Embracing this habit means integrating Stoic discipline into your financial life. It's about creating a buffer against chaos with careful planning and reasoned decision-making, ensuring that money supports your pursuit of a good and meaningful life rather than detracting from it. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius were prolific on the importance of continual growth. They believed that the pursuit of wisdom was a daily endeavor, and that each day brought with it an opportunity to learn something new, to refine one's character, and to strengthen one's resolve against the challenges of life. Seneca's letters are packed with advice on self-education, reflecting on one's experiences, and learning from both success and failure. He famously said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Now, how can we apply this Stoic principle to our lives today? It starts with embracing the idea that personal development isn't a luxury or a side project. It's central to our existence. This means actively carving out time for growth activities, whether that's reading, taking courses, practicing new skills, or simply engaging in deep reflection and meditation. It's about being curious and maintaining an open mind, ready to learn from every situation and every interaction. Another Stoic practice that can hugely impact personal development is journaling. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, essentially his personal journal, is a testament to the power of reflecting on one's thoughts and behaviors. Writing down your experiences, what you've learned, what you could do better, and how you feel about various aspects of your life can provide clarity and progress. It helps cement lessons learned and prepares you for future challenges. Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of shying away from difficult situations or tough tasks, see them as arenas in which to strengthen your virtues and apply your learning. This approach not only accelerates personal development but also builds resilience. Key Stoic trait: stopping the neglect of personal development. means recognizing that your growth is a continuous journey, not a destination. It's about making a commitment to never stop learning and evolving, to always strive towards becoming a better, wiser, and more virtuous version of yourself. This commitment aligns closely with the Stoic goal of living in harmony with nature, our own nature and the nature of the world around us. By fostering personal development, we equip ourselves to lead more effective, fulfilling, and meaningful lives. Stoicism promotes living a life of simplicity and moderation, focusing on needs rather than wants. This isn't just about saving money. It's about cultivating a mindset that values long-term well-being over short-term gratification. Stoics like Seneca emphasize the dangers of extravagance and the virtues of self-restraint. He argued that true richness comes from self-sufficiency and not from the accumulation of goods. This perspective is incredibly relevant today, where consumer culture often pushes us towards constant spending and accumulating debt to sustain lifestyles that exceed our financial means. To align with this Stoic habit, start by evaluating your spending habits. Are you buying things to satisfy genuine needs, or are you trying to fill emotional voids? Stoicism teaches us to detach pleasure from material possessions and find it instead in self-improvement and the cultivation of personal virtue. This doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy material comforts, but rather that these shouldn't be your primary source of happiness or self-worth. Creating a budget is a practical way to apply Stoicism to your finances. It's about understanding what you truly need to live and setting limits to prevent overspending. This process involves distinguishing between needs and wants and prioritizing expenses and long-term goals. For instance, investing in education or health might be prioritized over upgrading to a newer car model. Another Stoic practice is to regularly practice contentment with what you have. This could involve periodic reflections on the abundance in your life without focusing on what you lack. Such gratitude exercises can shift your focus from consumption-driven to value-driven living. Embracing this habit also means preparing for financial ups and downs. Stoicism encourages us to anticipate and accept the inevitable changes in fortune without panic. By living within your means and saving wisely, you create a financial buffer that can help you maintain equanimity in the face of economic fluctuations. Stopping the habit of spending beyond your means isn't merely about financial discipline. It's about aligning your financial behaviors with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This approach not only secures financial stability, but also contributes to a more peaceful and meaningful life, where your self-worth is defined not by what you own, by who you are and how you live. The Stoics believe that change is not just an external event to endure, but an opportunity to practice virtues like resilience, adaptability, and courage. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the impermanence of the world. He suggested that our discomfort with change stems from our illusions about stability. He advocated for a flexible approach to life, one where we are as responsive and adaptive as nature itself. He saw each change, even the unwelcome ones, as a chance to grow and prove our virtues. In practice, stopping the resistance to change means developing a mindset where you expect and accept change as part of existence. It's about not getting too attached to current states, be it a job, a relationship, financial status, or even a personal identity. Life is fluid, and many factors are beyond our control. Stoicism doesn't just urge us to endure change passively. It encourages us to engage actively with changing circumstances, to extract wisdom and growth from them. How can we apply this in daily life? Start by reflecting on how you typically respond to change. Do you find yourself feeling threatened or anxious? That's a natural reaction, but it's also a cue to practice Stoic reflection. Consider what elements of the situation are within your control. Your actions, your responses, your decisions. Focus your energy there rather than on lamenting the change itself. Another practical step is to cultivate flexibility in your routines and expectations. The more rigid our habits and beliefs, the harder change hits us. By keeping our routines flexible and our plans adaptable, we prepare ourselves to pivot as needed without significant distress. Embracing change also means being proactive about personal and professional development. In a world that's constantly evolving, continuous learning is key. This aligns with the Stoic principle of lifelong learning, and ensures that we remain relevant and resilient, regardless of how external conditions shift. Stopping the resistance to change involves a deep engagement with the very principles of Stoicism, embracing the inevitable flow of life, focusing on what we can control, and seeing every change as an opportunity to practice and strengthen our virtues. This not only makes us more adaptable and resilient, but also aligns us with the true nature of the world. A world in constant motion, where our peace comes not from stability, but from our ability to navigate the currents of change. As we navigate the currents of change and embrace the virtues of Stoicism, remember that growth is a journey, not a destination. Thank you for joining us on this path at Stoic Journal. If you found today's discussion enlightening, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen to continue exploring how Stoicism can transform your life. Thank you for being a part of this community. Your presence and engagement make all the difference. Keep striving, keep learning, and let's continue this journey together.